Hello, hello. So today is Sunday, March 6th. We're on Proverbs chapter 6. So the 6th day, 6th chapter. I told you all I would try and get on today. So here I am, sniffles and scratchy throat and all, right? But I am blessed and too blessed to complain, that's for sure. So this week, how is everybody doing with the readings and understanding everything and sticking with the pace? I don't think it's too terrible. One chapter a day is actually really good. I once heard this phrase and it kind of sticks with me, and that was, we need to do a little more than a verse away will keep the devil away, right? So we wake up in the morning and we do our verse of the day for our devotional plan, and we're good to go for the rest of the day. But in all actuality, I think we need a little more than that. We probably even need more than a chapter. But a chapter is a good place to start, a really good place. I mean, a verse of the day is a great place to start even. It's starting somewhere, right? But I felt like we all needed a little bit more, myself included. And so that's why I did Proverbs, especially since it's such a great book and an easy book. Because like I said, there's 30 chapters, so we were able to do it in the whole month. 31 chapters. And so we're able to do it in the whole month. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying talking with all of you and doing all of those things. We had a great day today at church. So I posted the chapter a little later than normal. I kind of got up and hustled and bustled and got the kids ready and out the door we went. I'll post some pictures of my handsome son because he just looked so cute today for church. I'll do that as well. But so yeah, kind of a busy day. We have church in the morning. We have church in the evening. Today was worship team tryouts, and my daughter was asked to go, and she was extremely nervous. But she did it, and I went with her, and I sang too, against my better judgment. But I really did it for her. She really had been asking me to, and I wanted to show her that despite our fears, we can go out and try stuff, right? And whatever God's calling us to do. I don't know that the worship team is where it's at for me. I can sing all day long with my kids and my family, but when I'm in front of people, it's like my whole throat closes up and it's gone. So I don't know if any of you can relate. If you can, comment below. So I know that I'm not the only one, right? I will sing Mary Poppins and the Sound of Music until my heart is content. But when it comes to singing in public, on a stage in front of people, yeah, I don't think it's for me. But anyway, it was fun. It was an experience, and I'm glad that I did it with my daughter. And she was extremely nervous. She shaking like a fish up there, but she did well considering, nonetheless. And I told her, I said, just because we do things and we fail doesn't mean that we're losers or we don't. We're a failure, so to speak, but just that God calls us in different places, and sometimes it's not exactly where we want, and He'll show us. And if He wants her on the worship team, that's where she'll be. And if He wants her teaching people, that's where she'll be. And I feel the same way for me. So anyway, I kind of got off the topic of Proverbs 6, just discussing with you our day. So anyway, Proverbs 6 is a good chapter. What chapter isn't really in Proverbs? I mean, come on, they're all great, right? They teach us how to live and love the Lord and do what He needs us to do. Okay, it's really, really good and hits my heart every time I read it. I think I want to highlight more even after I read the chapter. I better go highlight that or something like that. So I'm going to give a quick read on this because I have to get back to the church for our evening prayer service. And if any of you on here are not affiliated with our church, you're more than welcome to come. Gateway Church, Austinburg Road in Austinburg. We have a morning service at 10 a.m. on Sundays and an evening prayer service from 6 to 7 every Sunday. Youth group on Wednesdays. So bring your family out, friends out, come on out. I'll be there so you can come see me. But if you have a home church, definitely attend there. And I'm not trying to pull you from anywhere. If you don't have a church and you're looking, I would highly recommend it. All right. So Proverbs chapter 6, verse 1. My son, if you have become surety, gained a debt or obligation for your neighbor, if you have given your pledge for the debt of a stranger or another outside of your family, If you have been snared with the words of your lips, if you have been trapped by the speech of your mouth, do this now, my son, and release yourself from the obligation. Since you have come into the hand of your neighbor, go humble yourself and plead with your neighbor to pay his debt and release you. Give no unnecessary sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your eyelids. And real quick, we just read chapter 6, verse 4. I'm reading the Amplified Version. So if you don't have the Amplified Version, you can also read in your other one. But I do recommend King James, New King James, NIV, ESV, Amplified. They're all great. Amplified just kind of breaks it down a little easier so that we can better understand what it's saying, because I know King James can be kind of tough sometimes. And that's why I choose to read this on here in specific. I actually have a Bible, and it has King James on one side and Amplified on the other, so I can actually read both. So if I'm reading the King James and I get to a verse, I'm like, I'm not sure what that means. I can go right over the Amplified, and it kind of explains it a little better. And I can compare the two right there on the same page, same Bible. It's really neat. If you don't have one of those, I would get one. They're great. Anyway, so we're back to chapter 6, verse 5 now. Tear yourself away like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, and like a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, O lazy one, observe her ways and be wise, which having no chief, overseer, or ruler, she prepares her food in the summer and brings in her provisions of food for the winter in the harvest. How long will you lie down, O lazy one? Will you arise from your sleep and learn self-discipline? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to lie down and rest. I think we, as a society, don't sleep enough, and yet we sleep too much, if that makes sense. We don't use our time wisely, especially here in America. Number 11, verse 11. So your poverty will come like an approaching prowler who walks slowly but surely, and your need will come like an armed man making you helpless. A worthless person, a wicked man, is one who walks with a perverse, corrupt, vulgar mouth, who winks with his eyes in mockery, who shuffles his feet to signal, who points with his fingers to give subversive instruction, who perversely in his heart plots trouble and evil continually, who spreads discord and strife. Therefore the crushing weight of his disaster will come suddenly upon him. Instantly he will be broken, and there will be no healing or remedy, because he has no heart for God. These 6 things the Lord hates. Indeed, 7 are repulsive to him. A proud look, the attitude that makes one overestimate oneself and discount others. A lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that creates wicked plans, feet that run swiftly to evil. A false witness who breathes out lies, even half-truths. And one who spreads discord rumors among brothers. Now that was chapter 19. If you see in a couple of those that he mentioned lies and half-truths and lying a couple of times. So I think something that's very important to say and notice is that God wants us to speak the truth always, even when it hurts, even when it's hard. Telling the truth is what we should be doing. So verse 20, my son, be guided by your father's God-given commandment instruction, and do not reject the teaching of your mother. Bind them continually upon your heart in your thoughts, and tie them around your neck. When you walk about, the godly teachings of your parents, will guide you. When you sleep, they will keep watch over you. And when you wake, they will talk to you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching of the law is light, and reproofs rebuke for discipline for the way of life, to keep you from the evil woman, from the flattery of the smooth tongue of an immoral woman. Do not desire lust after her beauty in your heart, nor let her capture you with her eyelashes. Oh, the fake ones these days, right? They're pretty flashy. Just saying. Okay, verse 26. For an account of a prostitute, one is reduced to a piece of bread to be eaten up, and the immoral woman hunts with a hook the precious life of a man. Now, I have to say, I have nothing against the fake eyelashes. I just thought batting those eyelashes, when they were talking about it, and it just came to mind. So if you wear them, no problem against you. I've worn them myself. So, but anyway, verse 27. Can a man take fire to his chest and his clothes not be burned? Or can a man walk on hot coals and his feet not be scorched? So is the one who goes in to his neighbor's wife. Whoever touches her will not be found innocent or go unpunished. People do not despise a thief if he steals, to satisfy himself when he is hungry. But when he is found, he must repay 7 times what he stole. He must give all the property of his house, if necessary, to meet his fine. But whoever commits adultery with a woman lacks common sense and sound judgment and understanding of moral principles. He who would destroy his soul does it. Wounds and disgrace he will find, and his reproach or blame will be blotted out, for jealousy enrages the wronged husband. He will not spare the guilty one the day of vengeance. He will not accept any ransom offered to buy him off from demanding full punishment, nor will he be satisfied though you offer him many gifts or bribes. So that's the end of Proverbs chapter 6. Lots of good stuff in there. I always take it and I try and dissect it and see where I can apply that to my life or someone I know that I could help with it. I pray that you do the same. I pray that you have a blessed day and the wonderful start of the week, that God really touches your life and your heart while you go through this week. Again, if you have any questions or you want to chat about any part of this Bible study, feel free to reach out to me. Messenger is always a great way. I'm usually pretty quick to respond by that. So have a blessed day and a blessed week. I love you guys, and goodbye.